According to Garba Shehu, concerning Pantami's issue, the presidency says it is unfortunate that people still hold to past remarks. He said it's unfortunate that people still hold on to past remarks. The presidency, through President Buhari's spokesman Garba Shehu, has finally reacted to the controversies that has been trailing the pro-terrorist comments Nigeria's Minister of Communications and Digital Economy Issa Pantami made in the past. The comments over the past few days have continued to spark diverse reactions, with many Nigerians, including the PDP former Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode, popular activist Deji Adeyanju, among others, calling for his removal or resignation. Meanwhile, it will be recalled that although the embattled minister had initially denied making pro-terrorist comments after media reports of his previous teachings were published, however, later he acknowledged his past views and since renounced those radical comments, blaming his past radical leanings on age, that immaturity and limited knowledge affected him as at the young age when he proclaimed or pronounced those statements. Consequently, in its reaction, the presidency, through Garba Shehu, said it was unfortunate that Nigerians could still make leaders in politics, religion, and civil society to be liable in the present for all remarks they have ever made in the past, even though the person involved has renounced such views or statements. Shehu, who described Pantami as an exceptional leader, said within the space of 2 years, the minister turned around the fortune of his ministry, with the ICT sector contributing over 18% to the GDP. The Buhari spokesman added that Pantami ended the ability for criminals and terrorists to flagrantly use mobile networks undetected by the registering some 9.2 million SIMs. In his words, the tweet reads in part, according to Garba Shehu, said the minister has rightly apologized for what he said in the early 2000s. The views were absolutely unacceptable then and would be equally unacceptable today were he to repeat them. But he will not repeat them, for he has publicly and permanently condemned his earlier utterances as wrong. In the 2000s, the minister was a man in his 20s. Next year, he will be 50. Time has passed, and people are there. Opinions often rightly change. But all discerning Nigerians know this manufactured dispute is not to do with the minister's prior words, but solely concern his actions in the present. In 2 short years, Minister Pantami has driven the contribution of the ICT sector to the GDP to more than 18%, making it one of the top 2 playing a critical role in the emergence of the economy from the COVID-19-induced recession. Today, there is an unfortunate fashion in public discourse that makes leaders in politics, religion, and civil society liable in the present for every statement they have ever made in the past, no matter how long ago, and even after they have later rejected them. Today, there is an unfortunate fashion in public discourse that makes leaders in politics, religion, and civil society liable in the present for every statement they have ever made in the past, no matter how long ago it is or it was, and even after they have later rejected them. That is according to Garba Shehu. He continues by saying this insidious phenomenon seeks to cancel the careers of others on the basis of a thing they have said, regardless of when they said it. Consequently, diverse reactions have continued to trail the presidency's position on the matter, as many social media users wondered why it seems difficult for the minister to step down or be removed by President Buhari for the sake of integrity. But in your thoughts, do you agree with the points raised by the presidency, not even the presidency, by Shehu, Garba Shehu? Well, let me buttress the point, or let me comment on what Garba Shehu, insinuation is. He believes that since it has been, over 20 years from now that Pantami was in his 20s or 30s as a young man, he can make mistake through his words, and he has apologized that even with the apology that he was a young man that has just said what he said, maybe through youthful exuberance. But as it is in the constitution, as far as you are above 18 years old, your word will be used against you because you're an adult. So you shouldn't come up online and start telling us that Pantami was very young then. That was why any statement he has made then shouldn't be counted. You understand? But when he was 30 or at that age, he said what he said, and though he was a cleric then, before they can give somebody a position, a critical position, or a very sensible position or sensitive position like that, he must have been an adult and knows his left from his right. So every word that comes out from his mouth should be discerned and thoughtful of him before he can pronounce any word. And as a cleric or as an imam, a man of God, let me use it as that, as at that time he believes that God is using him. But at the long run, because when you say because you know what, according to what I said, he knows his left from his right. He knows what is good and what is bad. He knows what is right and what is wrong. You understand? So as a cleric or a man of God, like I said, he should know that what he says can be used against him if it's very wrong. And he should know constitutionally that killing somebody, if you say you kill somebody and you want to go scot-free, in the eyes of the government, you don't kill somebody. Anybody that kills will be also killed. You understand? You kill by the sword and they kill you by the sword. But from his mouth and the blasphemy or propaganda, I wouldn't know which word to use now. From what he has said, he said he derives joy when unbelievers die. You understand? What he meant was he derives joy if you don't believe what he believes. If you are being persecuted, he derives joy in it, because he believes everybody or any other person that does not believe in his own belief, either you are a Muslim or a Christian or a pagan, if you don't believe what he believes, he derives joy when you are being persecuted. And I believe that before somebody can say such a thing, that means you are a jihadist. That's what you practice. You practice terrorism. So blaming him to be a terrorist or a sponsor of terrorism is not a mainstream word. Is not a mistake, because from what he said that time, that he believes everybody that does not believe in his own belief, as soon as a person is being persecuted or killed, he derives joy in it. So Garba Shehu should not come and start telling us that he was young since he has apologized. Okay, I will link what he said or what this situation on ground. I will link it to what Kemi Ade Oshun did when she was the finance minister. When they discovered that her NYSC certificate was not up to date, that it was fake, she integritily, let me use that word, stepped down and resigned and went back to the US to meet her husband or wherever she went to. You understand? So integrity should make him also resign, or if he cannot resign, he should be sacked. Do you understand? That's the most polite way, because he's an educated person. So constitutionally, when they see you have you have a damage, or you have let me borrow one word from you. You have something that is not right about your certificate, so you need to resign or be sacked. So, but I would like you to share your opinion towards this, and borrow me more English to be used. And from the comment section, you can lay your comment and buttress the point, and let's see what you want to say about what Garba Shehu has just said. Thank you for listening. This is Independent TV 7. God bless you.